The highway was quiet, the sun sinking low, painting the sky in shades of gold. But peace was shattered in an instant when flashing red and blue lights filled her rearview mirror. A black woman driving home after a long day found herself pulled over for no reason at all. What began as routine harassment would spiral into something no one expected. Because this woman wasn't just any driver. She was a United States judge, and the officers about to humiliate her had no idea who they were dealing with. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Her name was Judge Maya Reynolds, a respected federal judge known for her sharp rulings and relentless pursuit of justice. Inside the courtroom, her words carried weight. Communities trusted her decisions, and colleagues admired her fairness. But outside the courtroom, she was simply another black woman in America, too often judged first by her skin before her title. That evening, Maya had been driving back from a long day in court, eager for the quiet embrace of home. She wasn't speeding, her taillights worked, and her license plate was clean. Everything was in order. Yet when the patrol car crept behind her, following too closely, she felt that familiar unease tighten in her chest. She had seen this before, too many times. And when the sirens finally wailed, she knew this wasn't about traffic. Something far darker was about to unfold. She pulled over to the shoulder, her hands steady on the wheel, though her heart beat faster with each second. Two officers stepped out, their movements deliberate, their eyes sharp with suspicion. Their hands hovered close to their holsters, a silent message of dominance. One officer tapped hard on her window, signaling for her to roll it down. Maya complied, offering her license and registration with calm precision. But calmness meant nothing here. To them, she was already guilty. They asked her to step out. Confused, she wondered why. The answers came sharp and hollow. Suspicious driving, possible stolen vehicle, excuses designed to cover bias. On the side of the highway, cars sped past, some slowing just enough for drivers to glance, a few raising their phones to record. The accusations grew. "Stop resisting! Do as you're told!" Yet she wasn't resisting, only standing firm, her dignity intact. But dignity wasn't enough. One officer's hand reached for the cuffs, preparing to strip her of freedom without cause. Her pulse thundered, the weight of countless tragedies rushing into her thoughts. She remembered the names of those who hadn't survived such encounters. Was this going to be her story, too? The officer grabbed her wrist, ready to force her into cuffs. Her voice, steady but firm, cut through the chaos. "Before you go any further, you should know who I am." He scoffed, dismissive. But when she reached for her identification and revealed her federal judge credentials, silence fell. Their eyes widened, panic replacing arrogance. In that frozen moment, the roles shifted. They weren't detaining a suspicious driver. They had humiliated a U.S. judge in full public view, under the lens of recording cameras. The crowd of passing drivers had witnessed the entire event. The shame, the racism, the abuse of power, it was all laid bare. And now there was no turning back. The video spread like wildfire. A judge, someone sworn to uphold justice, was reduced to a suspect on the roadside for nothing more than her skin color. Protests erupted and demands for accountability grew louder. The police department scrambled, but this time there was no hiding. Judge Reynolds filed a formal report that exposed systemic racial profiling within the department. Officers were suspended, leadership resigned, and sweeping reforms were ordered. What had begun as an ordinary drive ended in a turning point for justice. Yet for Judge Reynolds, the scars lingered, a reminder that no title could shield her from prejudice. Her story became more than personal. It became a rallying cry. How many more must endure this before change is real? Which country and city are you watching from? Comment below. Take care